Hi guys, it's the world's worst YouTuber. We're back. It's been a 2-month hiatus for no apparent reason except for my time management skills absolutely suck, and trying to post multiple times a day on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts has taken over my life. So I apologize for ditching you guys, but we're back. Today I'm going to be answering your guys' questions about me, your assumptions about me, maybe not really assumptions, but your guys' questions about me. I asked you guys some questions on my Instagram chat and you guys had a lot of questions, so we're gonna waste no time and just get right into the questions. I was gonna sit down and do my makeup while I was doing this, but then I realized I have so much stuff that I need to film for this week to get ahead of the schedule, so couldn't really do that. So yeah, buckle up, grab your popcorn, and we're just gonna sit here and chat. This is gonna be like a little FaceTime sesh, if you will. Okay. This was not a question, but someone asked if I could do a tutorial for makeup that looks good on digital cameras. I will definitely do that, but let me know if you guys would want it on YouTube as well, because I could do a reel and a TikTok, but let me know if you guys would also want it on here. Okay, question number 1. What is your day-to-day like? Okay, so I have worked multiple different jobs. I've been known to like start a job and leave, and you know, that's not something I'm proud of, okay? But we move past it. So I've never been my own boss before, but if you don't know, you do now. I am a full-time content creator. This is my full-time job. I make my own schedule. I am so grateful to make my own schedule. It is something I never thought I would be able to do. Like, I used to envy people who were able to make their own schedule. So I honestly, right now, being on Accutane, I'm so exhausted and my body is so tired 24/7, no matter what I'm doing. So I do let myself sleep in. I don't usually set a timer. I don't usually set an alarm unless I have something I need to be doing that day that like requires me getting up early to like go to an event or an appointment or, you know, whatnot. I'm like looking in the background to see like what, it's my shirt. So I wake up around 9 or 10 usually, or whenever Maple wakes me up to go to the bathroom, I'll wake up. I have my breakfast, my coffee. I usually answer emails and look at brands that I can pitch myself to, or, you know, if I've emailed brands and they haven't responded and it's been, you know, a month or a couple weeks, then I will go ahead and email them again, because it's always good to follow up, especially if it's like a partnership or something. Typically I do that for the first like hour, 2 hours. I like to have a slow morning. My mornings are very important to me. So like a super slow morning is something that I must have. And then I need to start going to the gym, but I haven't been going to the gym just because my body hurts so bad. Like I thought maybe it was just me being dramatic, but I've talked to a lot of people who have been on Accutane and like, you have really, really bad lower back pain. So even just walking and doing like little things, like it really just, like my body feels like an 80-year-old woman. So this is my last month of Accutane and I will be going to the gym, so definitely gonna have to figure out how to fit that into the day-to-day, because now that the sun doesn't set until what, like 7:30, I do have a lot more time in the day since I do film with daylight. I need to figure out how to fit the gym in, and then I will just sit down and film the rest of the day. Then around 6 I feed Maple. I do go on walks periodically, like around my complex and you know, whatnot, to take Maple out, and I literally just film all day, every day, and then edit, and I love it so much. A lot of people ask me if I get sick of it. No, I love it so much. I can't believe that that's my job. Like I get paid to do that. So I do have like a schedule on my phone of like when things are due for brands. I will make sure that's like the priority of what I film, and then I will also try to make sure whenever I do sit down to film that I film at least one video that I can post on my own channel, because when I'm making a branded sponsored video, it's not always gonna be posted that day. So I do try to make sure that I am filming something for my channels, because I do typically film the same day I post, if that makes sense. So like I'll film it, I'll edit it, and then I'll post it the day of. It does take a lot of time. Like it does take a lot of time, and I'm learning. Like I didn't know when I would watch content that, you know, all the things that go into putting out good work is like you literally just are on your phone 24/7. Wow, this is gonna be a long video, but I cannot answer stuff with like one quick answer. but you know, that's fine. What brands would you like to work with this year? I can't even believe that I've worked with some of my favorite brands already this year, so that's just like something that's like insane to even think about. My top 3 brands that I want to like do either like a campaign, an ad, or UGC, because I do UGC as well. If you don't know what UGC is, it's like you make the video for the brand's page, and I do a lot of UGC since I don't really have a huge following right now. Like, I honestly love UGC because it gets your face out there on the brand's page, you know what I mean? So Kosas, literally like one of my favorite brands in the entire world, probably my favorite. I don't like to pick favorites, but I just love them so much. Rare Beauty and Patrick Ta or Makeup by Mario, one of the two. I really love both of them, but Kosas and Rare Beauty are probably my top 2 that I want to work with this year, so fingers crossed. I am going to a very exciting event on Thursday, I believe. I'll try to vlog that because I need to vlog it. It is something I never thought I would ever be attending, so I need to hold myself accountable to freaking film it. But I was like, live in the moment, you know, it's hard. Next question. This is kind of the same sort of question, but what are your top 3 favorite beauty brands that you've been loving this year and why? So just to bounce off of, I guess, so Rare Beauty is something that I've always loved because I literally love Selena Gomez. Like, I used to watch her on Wizards of Waverly Place. Like, I grew up watching that show. I've just always been a huge fan of her, and I love the message behind her brand. Not to mention, like, all of her products are just so fun. I actually literally just got put in Glamour magazine, which was like, what? And I was using Rare Beauty, so that was really special. It didn't have anything to do with like Rare Beauty putting me in it. Just Glamour magazine reached out to me and I was like, sure. But I was making a video using Rare Beauty, so I do love the message behind Rare Beauty, and I love their blushes like so much. My friend Madison influenced me to start doing like blush combos, and I've fallen in love with it. So that is definitely a reason why I love Rare Beauty. And another one is Kosas. I pretty much rave about Kosas in at least one of my posts every single day. As someone who's grown up and dealt with acne, I love brands that take into account like when they're making products to make sure that they're not going to clog pores, like they're acne safe. And I just have never met a Kosas product that I don't like. Like, there is not a product that they have that I have tried that I'm like, you know what, like it's fine, but it's not my favorite. Like, no, like every single product that I try by them, I am obsessed. Sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit annoying with how much I talk about Kosas, but like truly like my favorite brand, and like they just can do no wrong. My makeup always looks so good when I use their products. They're reliable. So hard to pick like that third brand. Like, I do have multiple brands that I love, but like again, Patrick Ta and Makeup by Mario. I feel like Makeup by Mario because my skin like looks like skin when I do my makeup, and I just love his energy. Like, I love when founders of brands are like as cool as the makeup products are. Like, the makeup products being good are amazing, but like you see the founder and you see them like the way they show up on social media and like their story, it's so inspiring, so it just makes you love the brand even more. I also really love Huda Beauty though, so like I can't choose a third, but Huda Beauty, Patrick Ta, Makeup by Mario, like all of them are a close third. I can't pick. I'm annoying and indecisive, but Huda Beauty also like was one of the first brands that ever like brought me to my first masterclass. I went to a masterclass last year when I first like moved to LA, and that was like insane. I remember sitting there being like, looking at the invitation like, me? Like, why am I here? You know? So that was really cool. I love Huda Beauty too. What is my favorite part about my job? My favorite part about my job is just being able to share my passion, and waking up to be excited about what you do for work is like something I never thought I would feel, because I always woke up being like, I don't want to go to work, like, oh my god. And of course, like, there was parts about each job I used to have that I loved, but I was never passionate about it to a point where I was like, this is what I'm meant to be doing. Like, I know that I'm making a difference in the world because I'm doing this job, you know? Like, I feel so great about doing makeup and sharing my passion and just being myself authentically online, because for such a long time I would literally rely on other people's validation and posting things I would never post half the stuff that I do now on social media, especially in high school, because I was so afraid of judgment. And once I got over the fear of judgment, I was like, literally nothing could hold me back. Like, I am about to go full swing. Like, I don't care what I post. Like, this is my digital diary, and like, this is something I'm gonna look back on for the rest of my life. Like, I need to make this about me. It's not about anybody else. When I started making money and like my favorite brands started like noticing me, I was like, literally, I don't care. Like, I don't care how I'm perceived by anybody else. I'm so happy with what I'm doing that it doesn't matter. So I'd say like my favorite part is just making a difference and like influencing people. I mean, like, I get comments and DMs from girls that are younger than me, like asking about like products recommendations for prom, and like telling me that I'm their favorite makeup influencer, just like things like that. Like, it is just like, I don't know, like knowing that you influence people to buy makeup products, they tell you how good your makeup looks because they bought products that you recommended. It's just like, I would definitely say that's like my favorite part about my job. Also, just like the fact that I love it so much and I get to call it a job, it just does not even seem real. Like, I wake up every day with imposter syndrome, and it's not that I don't deserve it. It's just like, it seems so out of touch. And then I just literally dialed in one day and I was like, you know what, like, yeah, it's gonna be out of touch if I don't freaking work for it. Like, it doesn't come easy. But I could just go on a whole ramble, but like, let me get to the next question. My favorite contour, specifically acne safe. So Say is another brand. See, like, I cannot pick like 3 brands because I just love all of them. If I had to choose one brand, it is Kosas. Like, Kosas 100%. But like, another brand I really love is Say, and a good contour is from Say. I love their Dew Bronze, but I get it in the shade Salt because it's like a cooler toned shade. So like Salt or Sand, easy formula to use, especially when you're learning how to contour. So I literally use that pretty much every single day. And I know for a fact that that one is acne safe because Say is also a clean beauty brand. Waiting for Kosas to come out with like a contour or something, because they are also like skincare for makeup freaks, acne safe, all of their products. I definitely recommend the Say Dew Bronze. Just get it in like a cooler tone shade. Question. I'm gonna combine these two because they're pretty similar, but someone said, what is your favorite part about LA and what are the pros and cons about living in LA? My favorite part about LA is honestly that everybody's here to do the same thing. Everybody's here to chase their dreams. It's the hustle and bustle. Everybody's here to do something, and I think that that's really inspiring, that everybody's always like really driven and working hard. It's a very creative space. Like, a lot of people come out here for similar reasons, whether it's like to be an actress, a model, a film like maker, influencer. There's so many more things that I just like am brain farting and I can't think of, but I love that everybody's here basically to chase their dreams. Like, that's what it feels like to me, and it's inspiring and motivating for me because I'm seeing people accomplish things, and it's not out of jealousy at all. Like, I love seeing other people win, but it's also motivation for me. Like, okay, yeah, like I can do this too. Like, that's why I'm here. The cons of living in LA, the traffic, holy F. Like, I actually cannot even express to you guys. I mean, you can probably tell how ramped up I'm getting, but like, the traffic here is something I've never experienced in my entire life. And like, I do live in farm country now, but when I was like growing up in high school and stuff, I lived in like a suburban area, and you know, there was traffic from time to time when I lived closer to DC. Yeah, obviously as a city. This traffic is holy crap. Like, this is like, you would think that we live in like a micro tiny little city, but no. Like, if you live where I live, like I live closer to Hollywood, I'm not gonna say exactly where because of safety reasons. If I'm trying to go to the beach in Santa Monica, yeah, good luck. It's gonna take me a day to get there. It's gonna take the whole day just to get there. And like then there's the parking, and the parking is mostly parallel parking, and I hate parallel parking. Like, let me take a deep breath. It's not that serious, but it is. Like, the traffic here is unbelievable. And obviously with every city comes crime. Unfortunately, that's just the world that we live in. So crime, definitely something that I wish that there was less of. Where I live, I feel safe, and my complex is amazing. It's not the most glamorous part of the city, but I know that I'm safe here, and like, I like my apartment complex. Like, the cons are definitely the traffic and the crime, and you know, sometimes it's dirty in places, and I'm just not a big city girl. I'm strictly here for opportunity and for my job. So that goes into the other question someone asked, what made you move to LA? So I actually lived in Orange County when I first moved from Virginia, which is where I'm from, to Orange County. I was there for a while, almost half a year, I would say, and then I moved to LA because I was always coming up here, and I originally moved to California to do modeling. That totally went downhill because of, you know, certain things. I do think I could have made better decisions when I decided where to put my money and my time into as far as like modeling representation. I did move to LA specifically because when I was starting to do makeup and when I was still doing modeling, I found myself constantly driving up to LA all the time, and I was so sick of the commute. Like, it takes you 2 hours to get up here and then 2 hours back. That's 4 hours where I could literally have just been here. And where I live now, I'm very central to Hollywood and, you know, downtown, and, you know, I'm not really close to the beach per se, but I'm close to Hollywood, Beverly Hills. Like, I'm very central, and that's where a lot of the makeup events are held. Everything I need is like pretty close by. Yeah, the reason I'm out here is for opportunity and for work, because if I was in Virginia, I would not be able to fly out for an event every time I got invited to something. I'm strictly here for like work purposes. I can't wait for the day where I'm financially stable enough to, you know, move somewhere a little outside of LA and like give Maple a yard. That's the goal, is to be financially good so that I can live somewhere where there's like a little bit of land and not necessarily in the depths of the city. But right now I'm very happy with where I am because my job is here. Next question. How do I balance my posting schedule, filming, and time management? So okay, time management is something that I'm not very good at. I will say majority of my day is spent on my phone and editing and filming. I do not have a very big personal life or social life, and I'm okay with that, to be honest. I'm okay with it right now. I don't know if that will change, but I am so okay with staying in all the time and not going out, because I have never been somebody who likes to be alone, and I love being alone now, like probably more than I should be. And I think also having a dog really helps, because I'm technically not alone. Anywhere she is, I feel very safe. I feel content. I do film pretty much all day, every single day. And my posting schedule, I don't really have a schedule. I just look at my analytics and like when my videos perform well. I don't really know if posting like time matters. I think it's more about the quality and what your video is about, depending on like how well it's gonna do. So as far as like how do I balance, well, I think I read the question a little bit wrong. How do I balance posting schedule and filming? Okay, this is not very common for a lot of creators, but I film and post the same day. So a lot of people will batch film and they'll film multiple videos on one day of the week, and that way they have multiple videos to post throughout the week. I think that a lot of people who do that, they have like, you know, other priorities, or like they have another job that they work, for instance. I have no other job that I work. Like, this is my full-time job, so I just literally want to post everything the day I film it. I don't know, because then the next day I have more ideas, and I find that if I don't like edit and post the same day that I film a video, it's gonna get pushed to the back and I'm gonna forget about the video. So that's why I like to post it like literally the day of, because I'll forget about the video and then I have other things due, or I'll think of another idea, and there's just like not enough time in my head. Since I post like 2 to 3 times a day on each platform, I want to just post it all the day I do it. That way I have like the next day to post something completely different. Finding what works for you and your lifestyle. Like, if you have another job, obviously you're gonna need to do some batch filming. That way you don't have to like struggle to like film if you're going to your 9 to 5. I don't know if I'm explaining this very well, but I don't really have a schedule. I kind of just do whatever I want, because, you know, there is no time limit type of thing. I mean, obviously if it's for a brand, I have a specific date I need to do, so I'll prioritize that and I'll film that. But like I said previously, like I always like to make sure I film at least one video a day for my own channel, even if I'm spending the entire day filming ads. Biggest creators that inspire me. I love Sydney Schaefer. I'm probably butchering her name, but I love her. I'm gonna pull up her page. I love how she shares her life and beauty content, but she doesn't make it sound like salesy. I never want to come across as I'm trying to sell you on every product. I might try to sell you on a product, but I want you to feel like you're watching like your best friend on FaceTime. Like, I want it to be authentic, and that's what I love about her, is she's so authentically herself. Just like her confidence and her bubbly personality, I could literally sit there and watch her for hours. I don't know if it's even focusing. She is one of my favorite creators and someone who inspires me and motivates me, and I love her. Another one is Samantha Nicole. Sydney does kind of lifestyle and beauty, but she does mostly just beauty, and like she's somebody that inspired me to start posting beauty content because I literally have watched her for so long, just watching and being like, oh, that's so cool. Like she's literally living the dream life. Like I'm so happy for her. I don't even know her, but like I feel like I know her because I watch her all the time. Literally an icon, you know, and her YouTube videos are so comforting. I love watching her videos. And then my last creator is Kensington. Everything I want to be in life. And like I can just tell she has like such a kind heart, and like she had a lot of things that she went through, and you know, now seeing how she's made it out on the other side is just really inspiring. I think that everybody who is able to do that deserves everything good in life. Like seeing her accomplish things, and yeah, she's also just so inspiring. What has been your proudest moment since you started posting makeup videos, and what are some goals you've set next year as a content creator? So I recently, as of yesterday, Glamour magazine, which is insane to even say out loud. So here I am using Rare Beauty and I'm in Glamour mag. Which is insane. I never in my entire life thought that that would be something I would accomplish in my first year of content creation. I started in June of last year. I guess it's like almost been a full year. Accomplishment so far would be, this is gonna be so silly, but like it's not silly to me. Accomplishing being noticed by Patrick Ta and being posted on his Instagram story was something that was not on my bingo card. I love that man. I literally need him to do my makeup like yesterday. It's been on my vision board for so long. I also did shoot a campaign for a brand like a couple months ago. It's coming out in the summer. I can't say what or who, but that was something that I had written down multiple times last year when I first started doing content creation, and again this year when I made my vision board, like the top thing that I wanted to accomplish. I literally was crying for days when I got the email. I was just like beyond, because I just want you guys to take away one thing from this video. It does not matter how many followers you have. Okay, yes, some creators might get paid more than you, but it does not matter. It is the quality of your content, how authentic you show up, and your consistency. Like brands can see when you're consistent. Brands can see you showing up every single day, regardless of how many likes you get. Who cares? Like, who cares? Okay, it is so hard to not care, and I find myself sometimes being like, oh my gosh, this was such a good video. Why did I not do well? Like, why did I not do well? But it doesn't matter. Brands are noticing you. Your content is good. It only takes one video to blow up, and I'm currently in the midst of having 2 of my videos go viral on TikTok and Instagram. My first ever reel hit 1.3 million views, and same with TikTok. I now have 2 videos with over 1 million views in literally the span of a month. Like that happened in the span of a month. TikTok has always been a little harder for me to grow on. I'm not really sure. I think it's just because it's so saturated. Like going viral is really exciting, but for me, I think being on Glamour magazine, getting noticed by Patrick Ta, and shooting a campaign have been my top 3 like holy crap moments so far, because like 2 of those were on my vision board. Another one that was on my vision board was like getting my makeup done by Patrick Ta, but being noticed by him. Okay, I'll take it. Like I will take it. That was really cool. For next year, I mean, I don't know if it's even like possible this year, but I'm not gonna say never say, like I'm never say never, clearly, because I don't know what's gonna come in the next, you know, whatever. Going on a brand trip would be something that I would really love to do. That like those types of things, like it does matter about follower count, and like I hate that follower count matters. I just really don't like it, but that's the world we live in, and unfortunately that's just how it goes. Pretty much I think having more of a following would be more beneficial when it comes to getting invited on a brand trip, but you know, like I said, brands know who support them, brands know who show up and show out every single day, and I think that that's more important than your follower count. But like one of my top goals is to be on a billboard and to get invited on a brand trip for, you know, next year, maybe this year, you never know, but do like big ones. What are my 3 deserted island products that I could not live without? Okay, the Kosas color corrector, because under eye circles or if I get a pimple, like that's the only thing that will cover it up. Blush, like powder or liquid or cream. Like, I just need some sort of blush. Like, blush just brings me to life. The eyebrow gel or bronzer. Like, honestly, probably eyebrow gel, because my brows are not normally like naturally laminated like this, and I need them to be like a little bit more confident. I also really love bronzer because I hate being pale, but if I'm on an island, I'm gonna be tan. So I guess we'll just say brow gel, blush, and the Kosas color corrector. Liquid blush, I probably would say the Say liquid blushes or the Rare Beauty. And for eyebrow gel, the L'Oreal Brow Lamination, that's my go-to. My 3 holy trinities. I shoot multiple videos a day. Excuse me. Yes, I do. So I typically try to make at least 4 to 6 videos a day. That way I have 3 to post on Instagram, 3 to post on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. I have 1 to 2 to post in the morning the next day. That way I'm like, I have time to film again. Like, so for example, like I'll post like 2 or 3 the day of that I film it, right? And then I'll go to sleep next day. If I wake up late, I like need to start filming for a brand or something, I don't have time to film something for me. Like, I already have 1 video that I know that I can at least post on my channel, you know? That way it gives me a little bit of wiggle room and I'm not like scrambling to make a video to post. Like, I can post one that was already made, and then I obviously will film more and then post more later in the day. What is the hardest part about being a creator? I would say the hardest part is trying to stand out. I do think that the beauty space specifically is very saturated. It is very hard to stick out and stand out. If you see me doing my makeup, like, what's gonna make you want to stay and watch me versus somebody else who's already really well known, you know? Like, it's really hard to not compare yourself. But it's also important to remember, like, not to compare yourself, because there is only one you and nobody is you, and like, that's your power. I've always said that. Some days I do find myself like comparing other people who've been doing it for longer, which doesn't even make sense, because I'm like, Abby, you've only been doing this for like less than a year. You don't need to compare to somebody who's been doing it for 5 years. But it does get a little bit hard, you know, when you don't see growth overnight, and some people do get growth overnight. It's like, not that you're jealous, but you're like, why is that not happening for me? I'm putting in like 10 times more of the work, you know? Like, I've just always been somebody that had to work harder in school, in sports, like terrible at sports, in my career, like everything. So I'm kind of used to just having to work really, really hard, but I think that's what motivates me and that keeps me on my toes, because it's not something I can get like snap of a finger. It's like, I actually have to sit down and work for it. When I see small things happening, I'm like, okay, wait, like, I'm so close. Like, I just need to keep going. Okay, I think this is the last question. How are you so consistent? You're truly an inspiration. Thank you. I love you. I appreciate that so much. I've given up on everything I've ever tried in life, to be completely honest. Like, I've never been somebody that has started something and finished it, or, you know, accomplished things. Like, that is something that I've always hated about myself, like, completely honest. Being consistent, I think when I first started, I was like, this feels so embarrassing, just trying so hard, and it looks like trying so hard, and it's so obvious that I'm trying so hard. And you know, it is very sometimes humbling to be seen trying, but nothing is more embarrassing than like not following through with your dreams just because you're embarrassed to be seen trying. It's not just gonna come to you. Like, that's what I realized. Like, it's not just gonna come to me. I kept watching people for years, like on social media, being like, oh, I wish I could do that, and I was like, wait, but what if I could? Oh my gosh, excuse me. I wake up wanting to do this. I genuinely just love what I do, but another side of it is that this is my full-time job. If I want to be getting paid for what I do, like, I cannot just be posting once every week. Like, that's not gonna cut it. At least for me as a smaller creator. Like, if you're a bigger creator, you have more wiggle room, obviously, but there's so many creators out there. Like, standing out is being consistent. Like, consistency over perfection. All day, every day. And that's something I will preach and preach and preach and preach, because like, consistency is something that I had to really trust in. When I was starting out, oh my gosh, my videos did horrible. Not that they do incredible now, but the growth is there. The growth is there, and it definitely feels good to be like rewarded for your hard work, especially because you do have to be seen trying. You have to be seen like begging and pleading on your knees basically to get views, and like showing up and posting so many videos a day just for them to continuously flop and flop. It does not make you want to be consistent. We'll say, like, if this is your full-time job, if this is something you're actually passionate about, it should not feel like a job, like a chore. If you're passionate about it, it should never feel like a chore. If this is your full-time job, in my opinion, you have no choice but to be consistent, because like, how else are you gonna get paid? Wow, I just went on like a 45-minute long tangent, but I hope that this gave you guys like a little bit of insight. Yeah, feel free to ask like any personal questions about me. If you want to know things about me, I would love to share more about my story and my like upbringing, I guess, to like how I got here. But I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.